Yes, this is your boy HD, aka the Code Breakers, coming at you from a very undisclosed location somewhere in Canada, breaking code while I'm hiding in plain sight. And normally, I'm just here breaking code because I'm a very inquisitive, very intuitive, very intelligent, very observant, and very analytic person. So I saw something that sparked something in my brain. My brain got sparked, and I'm hearing about all of this Kanye West nonsense. Slavery is a choice. Slavery is a choice. And then people are getting so upset about it, and I'm like, are you guys brainwashed? Because, like, first off, you got to think about it. In the slavery era, in the 1700s, there was something called an underground railroad, where over 100,000 slaves escaped from being a slave. And also, white people were slaves too. It all really was based on your income class. So if you're a black, you were automatically a slave. And if you were an extremely poor white person, you were also a slave too. That's one thing I want to point out. And in the 1800s, and right around the peak year of 1850, there was over 100,000 people that escaped from being a slave in America and went down underground in the underground network tunnels and escaped and went to Canada. So, when I hear this and when I see this and I know this is documented, it tells me that yes, slavery is a choice, because those 100,000 people, they made a choice to change their life forever. They did. Nobody told them to do that, but they did. They worked together. They worked as a unison. They worked as a team. They had love for each other, and they did that. They did that. They escaped. And guess what now? They're free. They're free. They're free. They're not no motherfucking slaves. I can't even swear because they're going to censor this shit. And it gets me so goddamn. Okay. I'm just going to try to relax because this bothers me so much. Slavery is a choice. 100,000 people escaped and became free. There were other people that decide to have a choice and decide to leave the slave trade, but instead of them running away, they decide to fight off their captors. And guess what? If the captors already made you captive, they obviously got tools in place, people in place to make sure that you stay captive. So, one thing I like to point out, Kanye West is breaking the ultimate code. And this is the ultimate code. Love. 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 Give me some love. 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 That one thing called love is the one thing that can change society. Because the one thing that has society so messed up is because people are slaves. They're civil slaves. They're financial civil slaves to the dollar. The dollar is everybody's boss. Money is everybody's boss. Money controls people. If you don't have money, guess what? You can't eat. Guess what? If you don't have money, you can't drink water. So, they got you in a system where you either work or you die out. This is the system. This is before they had slavery, which was obviously slavery with force, but now they just found a new different type of way to make us slaves. And guess what, guys? This is called a civil slave financial system. If you work 40 hours a week, doesn't matter how much you make, but if you have to work 40 hours a week and spend maybe 2 hours before and after work just getting home and back, which is really 12 hours, half your day just at work, And yes, you're making money. That's great. But if you have to work instead of spending time with your own family, and on top of that, they tax you for nothing. They tax you to live on the land that God gave us. I'm sorry, man. You're a civil slave in the financial system just like me. And guess what, guys? The only way things will change is through love. We all gotta connect. Because one thing I like to mention, ants. Ants have a hive mentality where they all connect to one frequency and they're all on the same page and they all do whatever they gotta do to make sure that the ant colony continues on. And ant colonies are anywhere from 100,000, 200,000, all depending on where you go. But when a warthog steps on an ant, the ant is dead. But if a warthog sees 500,000 ants, you know what it's gonna be for that warthog? A slow, painful death. And guess what, guys? This code has been broken. Kanye West broke the ultimate code that's really been hiding right in front of us the whole time, but we're so ignorant to the bullshit in society that we just take it for granted. And it's really love that will change society, because if people love each other enough, we will do everything we can for each other completely for free. And guess what, guys? This code has been broken.